The first thing you notice is the silence. Not just any silence, but an eerie void where sound itself seems to have been erased from existence. You're standing in what looks like a city street, familiar buildings surround you. Cars sit parked along the curb, and yet nothing moves. No birds chirp, no wind rustles through the trees, not even the faint hum of electricity courses through the air. And then it hits you, the date on your phone reads June 14th, 2023. But that's impossible because you distinctly remember living this exact day 3 weeks ago. Except now, as you turn around, you see yourself walking down the same street, carrying the same coffee cup, wearing the same clothes. Your double doesn't notice. They're trapped in their own loop, unaware of the fracture in reality. This isn't déjà vu. This is war. Dr. Elena Voss had spent her career studying temporal anomalies, though she never thought she'd live to see one firsthand. As a physicist specializing in quantum mechanics, she'd always believed time was linear, a straight line stretching infinitely forward. That belief shattered when reports began flooding in about time echoes, moments replaying themselves over and over across the globe. At first, people dismissed them as glitches or mass hallucinations. But when entire cities started looping endlessly, governments scrambled for answers. Elena was called into a secret task force assembled by the United Nations. They were desperate, armed with theories, but no concrete evidence of what or who was causing these disruptions. Then came the message. It wasn't written or spoken, it simply appeared in everyone's minds simultaneously, clear as day. LINEARITYIS YAURWEL EPIED BREAKITNDYUW ILFALL. No one knew how to interpret it at first. Was it a warning? A threat? Or perhaps both? What became painfully obvious was that humanity wasn't alone anymore. Someone or something was manipulating time itself, using it as a weapon against us. The aliens didn't invade with ships or lasers. They attacked our perception of reality, unraveling the fabric of time, until we could no longer trust our senses. As chaos spread, pockets of resistance emerged. Scientists, soldiers, and ordinary citizens banded together to fight back. Their greatest asset? Humanity's unique ability to perceive time as linear. While other species experienced time as a fluid continuum, humans instinctively divided it into past, present, and future, a cognitive framework that made us uniquely equipped to counteract the alien manipulation. Elena found herself leading a team of unlikely heroes. There was Marcus Kane, a former soldier haunted by PTSD whose sharp instincts allowed him to detect subtle shifts in the loops before anyone else. Dr. Priya Mehta, a neuroscientist, worked tirelessly to map how the human brain processed temporal anomalies. And then there was Theo, a teenage hacker who claimed he could feel the fractures in time, describing them as cracks in a mirror reflecting infinite versions of reality. Together, they discovered that the aliens weren't physically present in our dimension. Instead, they operated from outside time altogether, pulling strings like puppeteers while remaining invisible. Each loop they created drained energy from Earth, destabilizing the planet's core. If left unchecked, the loops would collapse entirely, erasing humanity from existence. But breaking free of the loops proved nearly impossible. Every attempt to disrupt the cycle only seemed to strengthen the aliens' grip. It was as if they anticipated every move, every strategy. Until Elena realized the truth, the aliens weren't just observing, they were learning. Every action humanity took fed data back to them, allowing them to refine their control. Desperation drove Elena to propose a radical plan. If the aliens thrived on predictability, then unpredictability might be humanity's salvation. She theorized that introducing randomness into the loops could confuse the invaders, forcing them to retreat. But implementing such a plan required sacrifices. Entire cities had to willingly embrace chaos, abandoning all semblance of order. The decision sparked heated debates within the resistance. Some argued it was too risky, potentially dooming millions. Others saw it as their only chance. In the end, Elena convinced the group to proceed, but not without cost. Marcus refused to participate, accusing her of playing God. His departure left a rift in the team, one that threatened to undermine their mission. Meanwhile, Theo uncovered something chilling. Buried deep within the data streams he hacked, he found traces of another timeline, a version of Earth where humanity had already lost. In that reality, the aliens hadn't stopped after collapsing. The loops. They'd rewritten history itself, erasing all evidence of human civilization. Worse still, Theo began experiencing flashes of memories from that alternate timeline, memories that couldn't possibly belong to him. Just as the resistance prepared to execute their plan, betrayal struck from within. Priya revealed she'd been communicating with the aliens, believing they offered a better path for humanity. According to her, the loops weren't meant to destroy, they were designed to reset, giving humanity a second chance to evolve beyond its destructive tendencies. She argued that fighting back would only prolong the inevitable. Her confession fractured the team further, leaving Elena isolated. With time running out, she decided to act alone, using a prototype device capable of generating random temporal fluctuations. But as she activated the machine, Marcus reappeared, having intercepted Priya's transmissions. Together, they confronted her, demanding answers. What followed was a revelation that turned everything upside down. The aliens weren't invaders, they were refugees. Fleeing a dying universe, they sought refuge in ours, only to find it incompatible with their non-linear existence. To survive, they needed to reshape Earth's timeline, creating a hybrid reality where both species could coexist. Humanity's linear perception of time posed the greatest obstacle to achieving this harmony. Faced with an impossible choice, Elena devised a compromise. Rather than resisting the aliens outright, she proposed merging their consciousness with humanity's, blending their perspectives of time into a shared experience. It was a gamble, one that risked losing what made humans unique. But it was also the only way to preserve both species. The final moments of the story unfold in a breathtaking sequence. As the device activates, time fractures completely, plunging the world into a kaleidoscope of overlapping realities. Memories blur, identities shift, and for a brief moment, everyone experiences the full spectrum of time simultaneously. When the chaos subsides, the survivors awaken to a new world, one where the boundaries between past, present, and future are fluid yet comprehensible. Humanity survives, but forever changed. And somewhere in the vast expanse of time, the aliens watch, waiting to see if their experiment will succeed.